Secret Lives, Chapter 1, written and read by Michael Mosier. Morris Lester's eyes open in a flash, staring at the alarm clock on the nightstand, which reads 4:58. He lies motionless, allowing his mind to wake before his body. He prepares for the moment of alarm by picturing every part of his morning routine. Turn off the alarm, make the bed, shower and shave, make breakfast and coffee, clean dishes, re-shelve books from the nightstand, organize the puzzles in the library and the tools in the garage before heading to the office. Click. 4:59. 1 minute more, and now his thoughts focus on the rest of the day. Being a special agent in the Florida Department of Law Enforcement allows him many opportunities to test his depth of knowledge. The thought of consulting on a variety of cases excites him. It's only more exciting when he has a case of his own. The commissioner assigns cases, but Lester's high arrest rate has earned him the privilege of choice, as well as the unfortunate pet name of Sherlock. Click. 5 o'clock. Bzzz. Smack! Lester hits the alarm faster than a blink and narrowly avoids hitting the stack of books behind it. He gets up and immediately remakes the bed, making sure the sheets are smooth and the pillow is fluffed. He proceeds to the bathroom as per the morning regimen. He shaves while showering as not to waste any time, but he waits to rinse until after being completely lathered and freshly shaved. Every morning he finishes showering by turning off the hot water and rinsing with cold. He learned this is not only good for the skin and overall health, but it also works as a final jolt to erase any lingering remnant of sleep. He turns off the water, dries, and grabs a robe from the hook on the back of the bathroom door. Then he moves the next robe down to replace the one he took. He returns to the bedroom to retrieve his phone from the bookshelf at the foot of the bed. He slips the phone into the pocket of the robe and walks to the doorway that leads to the hall. He stops and turns back to see the alarm clock. Click. 5:20. Lester proceeds to the kitchen and turns on the stove for a kettle of water. The kettle and a bowl of dry oatmeal have been waiting on the counter overnight. He places the kettle on the stove and turns his attention to the oatmeal. This morning, he adds dried cranberries to the oatmeal with the usual honey and cinnamon combination. While the kettle heats, Lester scoops coffee into the coffee maker, which was also prepared last night. He fills the wait time by cleaning the countertops and checks the phone to confirm he didn't miss any messages or calls. The kettle begins to whistle, so Lester sets the phone next to the sink and mixes the water into the oatmeal. He places the bowl and spoon on a tray, then fills the large coffee mug he made last year while studying ceramics on YouTube. He places the mug next to the bowl, then carries the tray through his library that used to be a living room. The realtor told him this living room has walls big enough for a Titantron and enough space for all his friends to watch the big game. Lester remembers smiling at her and thinking the room could only hold half of his books. At the time, he knew he would have to convert at least one of the bedrooms as well. After weaving through stacks of books and unopened jigsaw puzzles, Lester arrives at his back door. Bending his knee, he pushes down the door handle of the French bay door with his wrist. He's careful to keep the tray level as he stands up straight and backs outside onto the patio. He sets the tray on the table just as dawn breaks. He enjoys watching the sun rise over his floral backyard, beehives, and the Tallahassee skyline. The cool breeze, fresh air, and soft sounds of nature give Lester a tranquil atmosphere for breakfast every morning. After he finishes the oatmeal, he sets the mug on the table and picks up the tray. He returns it to the kitchen and washes the bowl and spoon. After placing them in the drainer, he picks up the phone and checks the time. 5:45. With a sharp and a disappointed headshake, Lester returns to his coffee on the patio. Arriving at the table, he exchanges the phone for the coffee. The phone rings just as his lips touch the mug. The screen reads FDLE. He sets the mug on the table and answers the phone. "Yeah," he says with a joyful tone. The woman with a thick Mississippi accent says, "Morning, Lieutenant. Hope I didn't wake you, or the missus, but I got a case for you." "That's all right, Tammy Lynn. She's in the shower. What you got? You ready?" "Got my pad right here," Lester says as he closes his eyes to focus his mind. "Well, it's a suspected homicide at 149 Constitution Place. One of those fancy cul-de-sacs." "Uh-huh. Victim's name is Steve Jacobs, 48, city councilman and school board member." "Got it," Lester says, trying to hurry along the conversation. His excitement is starting to get the best of him. "Wife, Linda, 28, was home with daughter Caitlin, 5. Aw, bless her heart. Police were called at 4. Detective Underhill of TPD is there, but the commissioner wants you to take it." "Underhill? Scott Underhill?" The sound of shuffling papers fills the silence as Tammy Lynn checks her notes. She returns and says, "Yeah, is that a problem?" "No, that's fine. Tell him to proceed with interviewing the wife. Who's the ME?" More papers shuffle. "Night's working it." Okay. "Child psychologist?" "No one yet. It says here Joe Jackson's on call, but I know Jane Lindsay lives nearby. You want me to give her a call?" "If you don't mind, thank you. And could you be a dear and pass along the message to Detective Underhill?" "Sure, honey, what you need?" "Could you tell him to make sure to take specific notes during the interview? A video if possible. I don't want him to disappoint me again." "Got it. Good luck, and say hi to the missus for me. Maybe one day we'll finally meet." "Will do. Thank you, Tammy Lynn." Lester sets the phone down and picks up the coffee. While looking over his garden, he says to himself, "Underhill, huh?" He sips the coffee. He never actually disappointed me. Takes a gulp. But he's too ambitious. With another gulp, Lester finishes the coffee. He knows my recommendation would help him leap ahead. Gotta keep him focused till I get there. Lester takes a deep breath and goes inside. He washes the mug, brushes his teeth, and gets dressed. He grabs his wallet and keys and slips a wedding ring on his finger before heading out the front door.